facts. One of them is a way for us to prevent cancer should be self-examination. So, from what they state here, adult women of all ages are encouraged to perform breast self-exams at least once a month, and that's by Johns Hopkins Medical Center. It also states that 40% of diagnosed breast cancers are detected by women who feel a lump. So establishing a regular breast self-exam is very important. And how can you do that? In the shower, using the pads of your fingers, move around the entire breast in a circular pattern. That's one way to detect for lumps. In front of the mirror, you can visually inspect your breast. Lying down, when lying down, the breast tissue spreads out evenly, so you can place a pillow under the right shoulder, one under the right arm, and also using your fingers on your right breast, gently move in circular motions, covering the entire breast. So this information is provided on nationalbreastcancer.org, and you can pick up that and other known facts about mammograms and well as self-examination. Tisha, did you ever do a self-examination on yourself? Thank you, Rainice, and stay on the line. Have you ever did that? Did you ever do one on yourself?
I did, yes. Okay. I would do them, but I have to be honest, I didn't do them regularly like I should have. And it was just by the grace of God that I felt a lump in my left breast, and I noticed that it was not there before, and I took action.
Right.
So again,
okay. We have another caller. The area code is 571-0303. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Sheena, and I'm calling from Virginia.
Sheena?
Hi, Sheena.
Is that what you said? Okay. So, Ms. Sheena from VA, you have any questions for Tisha today?
I just wanted to say that I appreciate you reaching out and trying to spread more awareness, because I was diagnosed when I was 27 while I was pregnant with my third child, and just trying to find another woman of color that I could relate to was very difficult. It's still difficult, and everywhere you would look, it was a middle-aged Caucasian woman, and you don't identify with that.
Absolutely.
So it almost makes you feel like you're in denial of what's going on with your whole situation.
And Sheena, I'm glad that you said that, because that was one of my challenges too. When I was going through, I was a part of a cancer support group, but I was the youngest one there, and it was hard for me to relate to them because they were older women, and here I am, 36, single and sick with no children, and they were, married, and some were grandmothers, already had children were born. It's like how I couldn't relate to them, and it was hard trying to find resources and support for women that were around our age. Again, so that we can relate. And there's times where you do.
Can I ask? Hold on, Tisha. Sheena, do you have a television on right now? If you do, can you turn down that TV, please? We hear it in the background. If you have a television on, you have to turn it down.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's just those that call in, please, any background noise you have, radio, television, that's going to interfere with the clarity of the interview and conversation. So I would ask you guys to please be mindful of that. So just going to keep it moving.
Okay.
And okay, so Sheena, do you have any questions for her regarding like what's going on with you currently? We did hear about how you identify with what you're going through and not seeing other images of women of color battling with the same thing that you're going through. So have you connected with Tisha like on Instagram or Facebook, or is this your first time calling in and hearing about her?
This is my first time calling in. I do follow her on Twitter.
Okay.
But
we're so glad to have you on. We hope to see you and hear from you in the near future.
Thank you, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And Sheena, just so you know, there's another website you can go to. We had these ladies on the show before, and the name of the organization is For the Breast of Us. You just go to breastofus.com, and you will see tons of beautiful women as well as Tisha being featured on the website, and they have tons of information for women of color because these are two young women that were diagnosed at an early age of breast cancer, and they created that website. It's Marissa and Jasmine, and I know Jasmine was diagnosed at 26, so and she too was a young woman being diagnosed. Check their website out, and you'll find other information, even like support groups or events coming up, resources, a blog. Maybe even you could be featured. Just go to that website. So it's breastofus.com. Okay, honey?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling, and you can stay on the line if you'd like to continue to listen into the show.
Please
All right, I will have.
Okay. So, teacher, we have another person calling in. Let's see what they have for you. Okay, so this is 803, last four digits, 0077. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name is Wanda Thompson. I'm calling from Columbia, South Carolina, here to support Tisha in this program.
Hello, Aunt Wanda.
Okay.
Hi, darling.
How are you?
Hi.
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah.
So, Ms. Thompson, do you have any questions for Tisha on her segment today?
Not at this moment. I'm going to continue to listen, and I may have one a little bit later on.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for your support.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay, so now this is the thing. We have another person calling in.
Okay.
And let's see where they're calling in. So it's going to be a roll call. We got, a 919. They might be calling in from North Carolina. Area code 919, last four digits, 7779. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, this is Larissa. I'm calling from Brandywine, Maryland.
Hi, Larissa.
Okay.
How are you?
Hi. I teach at Barack Obama Elementary School with the wonderful Miss Bowler, so I'm just calling in to support her today.
Okay, awesome.
A partner in crime at that wonderful school that I said. Thank you for coming on.
I love you, Bowler.
Okay.
I'm going to continue listening in.
Love you more.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for calling in. Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. So the roll call is, that's what we have for now. We have Miss Larissa, Miss Thompson, Miss Sheena, Miss Renee, and then we have Miss T spilling some of her big CT today. So, teacher, let's continue. I'll let you go from here.
Sure.
Or what do you want to? Let's get it started.
All right. So today, I wanted to first and foremost just introduce myself to everyone, and again that have not listened to the show before. I was diagnosed 5 years ago in 2014 at the age of 36 with stage 2 breast cancer. And it has changed my life in ways that I have never imagined. So tonight I wanted to talk about and have a chat with everyone about when you were first diagnosed with breast cancer, what feelings did you feel? What went through your mind? Who was the first person that you, or who were the first people that you called? For me, when I got the news, which was over the telephone, that I had breast cancer, it was like a punch in the gut. I immediately fell to the floor. I remember to the hour what I was doing. I was actually packing up for a weekend trip to go back home for the CIAA basketball tournament and to be with my best friends for that when I got the call, and it completely changed my life. I immediately, when the nurse was on the phone with me and she told me that, yes, Miss Bowler, it was breast cancer, I dropped to the floor because it was like somebody had just punched me in my stomach and just knocked the wind out of me. And she was trying to ask questions, and the only thing that I could hear her say, it was like everything that she was saying to me, I tuned out because the only words I heard was, "You have breast cancer." I got scared. It was, I didn't know what to do. The very first person that I just had to get off the phone with her. I'm like, "Ma'am, I got to go." I was crying. The first person that I called was my mother. And I remember, getting on the upset. After I got off the phone with her, I called my best friends, Renee, Tracy, and Mala, and, they, pledged their love. Again, they rallied behind me. And I called my Aunt Vivian after that. And I was just so upset. And I couldn't breathe, and I was hyperventilating. And my Aunt Vivian, I will never forget it, Ty, she was so calm. And all she kept saying to me was, "Calm down. It's going to be okay." And the more she said it, the calmer I got. And it was just like God had just put this showered this strength over me that I had never felt before. And at that moment, I was ready to fight.
Yeah.
My first feeling, I was scared out of my mind because what do you mean? I have breast cancer. So I wanted to I want just to have a talk with the listeners out there. What did you feel, Ty? You're a survivor as well. When you received the news, what did you feel?
Well, so mine was a little bit challenging because I already was going through my first challenge, which was I was separated and me and my husband were going through a divorce. So that makes it challenging because I had to deal with this all by myself. I don't have a lot of support from family, and my mother, God bless her, she passed away when I was 18. So I found out a mammogram is how I found out. I didn't get my first mammogram ever until I was 45 years old. So at that age, I got the mammogram in Hawaii. They didn't tell me it was breast cancer. They just said it was calcification buildup, and so they just advised me, go get another mammogram when you go to your next destination. So we ended up in Texas, but then I wound up moving to North Carolina to be with my sister during that time. And I was being treated at Wake Med. They did a biopsy, and I got the type of biopsy that I did. They actually did all three. So I had a fine needle, aspiration. So that's when they use a